This time, I'm going to talk about how to pick right trading strategy with the Hurst Exponent. There are many trading strategies that can be employed based on different stock trading patterns. For example, if stocks are exhibiting clear and sustained trends, we can use trend following trading strategy, or we can use mean reversion trading strategy if the stock prices will tend to move back toward their average or mean price over time. And we can use breakout trading strategy, reversal trading strategy, or range trading strategy. Now, the problem is what kind of stock trading pattern it belongs to. In order to answer this question, we can use the Hurst Exponent. The Hurst Exponent is the measure of long-term memory or self-similarity in a time series or signal. The Hurst Exponent is used to quantify the statistical properties of a time series. It provides information about persistence or trendiness of the data. The exponent is calculated using a statistical method called rescaled range analysis. After we calculated the Hurst exponent, we can get the Hurst exponent value. The values of Hurst exponent range between 0 and 1. If the value of h is less than 0.5, that means this is a mean reverting series. The closer the value is to 0, the stronger the mean reversion process is. And if h equal to 0.5, that means this time series is a geometric random walk. If h is greater than 0.5, that means this time series is a trending series. The closer the value is to 1, the stronger the trend. In practice, it means that a high value is followed by a higher one. This is how we can calculate the Hurst exponent. To calculate the exponent, we need to divide the data into different chunks or subsamples. From few chunks with many observations to many chunks with few observations. And basically, we want to figure out the trend of all those chunks. One chunk is a small unit for the trend analysis. And you can go through all the steps to calculate the h value. And the Hurst exponent h is nothing but the slope of the plot of each division's log r versus s versus each range of log size. Here, log r versus s is a dependent variable and log size is independent. The choice of chunk size is important because it affects the accuracy and interpretation of the Hurst exponent estimation. If the chunk size is too small, it may not capture the long-term dependencies or patterns in the data effectively. In this case, the estimate of the Hurst exponent may be biased and inaccurate. On the other hand, if the chunk size is too large, it may over-smooth the data, neglecting important short-term fluctuations or local behaviors. For example, I have a sine wave here. You can see this shows obvious a mean reversion pattern. But when I pick up the chunk size, if I pick up the chunk size with the same sine wave cycle from here to here as one chunk, and from here to here as one chunk, and if I calculate this Hurst exponent, you can see I will get a flat line, so it will not show the mean reversion of this sine wave. That's why it is very important to pick up the right chunk size. In practice, because we don't know what kind of chunk size we should pick, we usually calculate Hurst exponent with the different chunk sizes. Now let's go to Python to see how we can calculate this Hurst exponent. Here I have the function to calculate the Hurst exponent, and then I will generate a data frame to have data set to have this mean reversion pattern, and also the random walk, and also the trending. And I will draw the graph, and then I will calculate this Hurst exponent with a different chunk size. You can see here I have 20, 100, 300, 500. And then I've used Yahoo Finance data I download for Apple and IBM and JP Morgan Chase, and calculate the Hurst exponent for them with a different chunk size. I will upload this Python code to my GitHub, so you can download it and try it by yourself. Of course, you can download your favorite stock and analyze it, and to see what kind of trading pattern it is. Now let's run the program. You can see this is my generated time series. Now let's check out this green line. This is generated time series for trending. You can see clearly this series keeps going up and up. And after I calculated the Hurst exponents with 20 legs, 100 legs, 300 legs, and 500 legs, you can see the trending gave us this value 0.87, 0.84, and this is 0.75 about, and this is about 0.67. So all of them are greater than 0.5. So it shows trending pattern for this time series. And how about this mean reversion? You can see the mean reversion is this blue line, and for all the chunk sizes it's very close to 0. So this mean reversion time series shows very strong mean reversion pattern. And for this random walk, this geometric Brownian motion, you can see is about 0.5. Of course, it's not exactly 0.5, but it's quite close. Now, if we check the stock price for Apple, IBM, JP Morgan Chase. Now, let's check out Apple first. Apple is this line, this green line. You can see with 1,000 legs, the value is 0.54. And so this shows the trending pattern for Apple. But for all those legs less than 1,000, like for 500 legs, it's close to 0.5. So you can see for this Hurst exponent, it's quite difficult to get this trending pattern. If we check this graph visually, I think most of people will think Apple stock is trending. But when we check the calculation results for Hurst exponents, you can see only when we have chunk size 1,000, the Apple shows trending. That is, the value of Hurst exponent is greater than 0.5. And if we check IBM and JP Morgan Chase, you can see they all less than 0.5. So the Hurst exponent told us neither IBM or JP Morgan Chase is not trending. And from the graph you can see this is for IBM, this is for JP Morgan Chase. Now I got the treasury yield, and when we check the treasury yield for 10-year, you can see the Hurst exponent with 1,000 legs shows value 0.34. So this means the US Treasury 10-year yield is mean reversion. But if you check this US Treasury 10-year yield with 100 legs or 300 legs, is 0.5. You don't see the mean reversion pattern here. So just like I mentioned before, the chunk size is very important when you calculate the Hurst exponent. This is how you can pick right trading strategy with the Hurst exponent. Please provide your comments and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.